Everything here, and although we've been losing, we've been on an upward trajectory. And if those wins don't start coming, then of course this talk's going to happen. I knew I was getting to when I took the job.
This week, the Tigers released Talon Silva from his contract early so the hooker could join the Eels. He's the second talented local junior the Tigers have lost this season alongside Lachlan Galvin, but a defiant Marshall has told angry fans to stick by him. Yeah, I can understand where they might be at with that, but at the same time, I'm coaching for what I think is best for the club and best for the team, and in a couple of those situations, they're pretty hard to control, both of them. There have also been reports that Marshall was involved in a heated altercation with Adam Dewey after a drill at training. Marshall has emphatically denied this and says it won't stop him from getting hands-on with his players. I've been doing it for the last 3 years, and all of a sudden now it's become an issue. So again, it's not about me. The way I do things, or the way I coach, or the way I teach things, or whatever, there's always a reason for it. The Tigers face the Roosters on Sunday. They'll be missing both of their co-captains, Appy Coruscant to injury and Jerome Luai to origin duty.
Toby Sexton has found a new home after weeks of speculation about the halfback's future since Lachlan Galvin's arrival at Belmore. The Bulldog has signed a one-year deal with Super League side the Catalan Dragons for 2026.
It's a great opportunity for Toby, and I think he'll do really well over there. He's been great for our club, we've been great for him, and it's wonderful he's got a good job over there.
Sexton's Bulldogs host the Broncos in Nine's Friday night footy. New South Wales have enjoyed the day off training in the Blue Mountains. While coach Laurie Daly showed off his guns, some of his players headed to a local Lura cafe to play cards. Back rower Angus Crichton bottling experience from last year's Game 3 when the Blues beat the Maroons to win the series.
Decided you don't want to let these opportunities slip. We've been there last year and we did it, and we've sort of got that experience under our belt now. I think we know what it takes.
Make sure you tune in to 9 News at 6 p.m. tonight as Crichton takes us inside his barbershop in Bondi, where he gave our very own Danny Weidler a trim to make sure he's looking sharp for Origin 3. The Eels kicked off their NRLW season with a shock win over the Sharks. Fielding 5 debutants, the youngest team in the league proved too strong for last year's grand finalists. Halfback Rachel Pearson starring in an 18-16 victory. Wallaby star Joseph Swali'i will play his first test on home soil, named at outside centre for Australia's test against Fiji on Sunday. The Waratah returning from a facial fracture he suffered in May. Winger Max Jorgensen will also make his long-awaited comeback 3 months on from suffering an ankle injury. Swans coach Dean Cox is confident the Sydney Cricket Ground surface will be up to scratch in time for Sunday's showdown against Fremantle. The SCG has been in the spotlight since last Friday's match against the Western Bulldogs.
One thing as a football club, we've always tried to do is accommodate the best way we can to make sure the surface is in as safe and as best nick as possible. So we've done that this week. We've done it for a 3-week period throughout the year as well, and we just understand it's at a level now and it'll get fixed, which is good.
Joel Amartey will return from a hamstring injury against Freo. Alex Carey and Bo Webster have saved Australia from another embarrassing batting display, the pair scoring 63 and 60 respectively after the Aussie top order collapsed to 5 for 110 in the second test against the West Indies.
I'm in a good place where I'm enjoying batting and I feel like I'm moving well and seeing the ball well, and whatever else I can do to help the guy at the other end is first and foremost.
The Aussies will begin day 2 with the ball after being bowled out for 286. And Alex de Minaur says he'll take confidence into his third-round match after surviving a second-round scare at Wimbledon. The Aussie dropping the first set against Arthur Kazoo before regaining his composure to win in 4.
I was happy with how I regrouped mentally and just slowly found my rhythm, and I got better and better as the match went on.
Australia's top women's seed, Daria Kasatkina, also advanced to the final 32. Unfortunately, Alex Vukic was no match for the world number 1 Yannick Sinner Aussie eliminated in straight sets. Ali, I cannot wait for Danny Weidler's one-on-one piece with Angus Crichton tonight.
He's going to be looking sharp for the decider, isn't he?
Certainly will be.
Thank you, Zach. And this is where we'll say goodbye to our viewers in southern New South Wales. Your next bulletin is Win Local News at 5:30, followed by 9 News with Mark Burrows at 6. For everyone else, plenty of news ahead, including a woman arrested at Sydney Airport after an investigation into alleged spiritual blessing scams. Here, a woman scream and spring into action. The dramatic fire rescue carried out by police. Our hospitality sector in crisis, the plea for action and what we can all do to help. A guard of honour and a salute, a fitting farewell for the state's retiring RFS Commissioner. And can you spot a real Labubu? The warning from fair trading to avoid being duped.
We just didn't think it was ever going to happen to us.
Once he was charged, was he removed?
No.
Suspended?
No.
Kept on base?
Yes.
Was he supported?
Yes.
Were you supported?
No.
Some say it's more dangerous for a woman on base with her male colleagues than it is on deployment. Do you believe that?
An explosive.
Yes.
60 minutes.
Chicken breasts. So perfect. So versatile, they can do anything. Like this and that. Oh, look at them. Now only $9.49 per kilo for a bulk pack. Aldi. Good different.
At Aussie Broadband, we reckon there's more to the Aussie way than just this. Like keeping your entire family better connected with Australia's most trusted telco. Even this little champion. Switch to fast internet now. That's Aussie Broadband. That's the actual Aussie way.
What kind of crazy life hack is this?
The dishwasher doesn't dry the dishes well enough.
Try Finish Rinse Aid.
For 2 times better drying, including on plastic, improving shine and protecting glasses.
Finish, the real life hack.
Want in on my secret to lifted skin? New Olay Super Collagen Peptides with 25 times more collagen peptides. It lifts sagging skin and visibly reduces deep wrinkles in just 28 days. New Olay for lifted skin.
Adventure's calling. Time to explore more, camp more, carve around the mountain more, fish more, hike more, get out and hit the trails more. Play more, pay less with our 10% price beat guarantee.
G'day, I'm Russell Coit. Clearing fallen trees is a part of life in the sticks. Lucky for these show ponies in that flashy new ute, I've come prepared, because there are no shortcuts out here. Except for that one.
Mitsubishi's most capable ute ever. Nothing can frighten a Triton.
10-year warranty. It's almost a decade.
Can you imagine the view from up there, Sarge?
With Budget Direct cover, I'd say it was nothing but blue skies.
Insurance solved with Budget Direct.
Try Hungry Jack's new Storm with Nutella. Delicious soft serve with irresistible creamy hazelnut Nutella and crunchy wafer crumb. Storm with Nutella. Sharing optional. Only at Hungry Jack's.
Go Harvey Norman. Buy now with no deposit 60 months interest free on a participating Latitude credit card and get a bonus gift card up to $1,000. Shop our huge range now with no deposit 60 months interest free from Latitude and get a bonus $100 gift card for every $1,000 you spend. New customers must be approved. Minimum finance $1,000. T's and C's, charges and exclusions apply. Equal monthly payment plan and monthly credit card fee currently $10.95 applies. Don't miss no deposit 60 months interest free from Latitude at Harvey Norman now.
Go!
For over 25 years, Fluid Plumbing has been a trusted part of the Newcastle and Central Coast communities. With our commitment to customer satisfaction and same-day service guarantee, we're always here when you need us most. Give us a call today.
Welcome back to 9's Afternoon News. Our top stories at the bottom of the hour. The bodies of 2 men have been found in a Surrey Hills home. Police believe they died at different times within the past month. Donald Trump has admitted he's struggling to secure a ceasefire between Russia and Ukraine despite a recent phone call with Vladimir Putin. 2 teenagers have been charged over what police believe was a contract killing in Sydney's west. Well, police say fly-in and fly-out criminals are behind a multi-million-dollar scam specifically targeting Sydney's Asian community. Erin Ramsey has more.
Yui Ruan is accused of stealing $130,000 in goods off a 77-year-old woman here at Parramatta last month after allegedly convincing the older woman to hand over her cash and jewellery for spiritual cleansing. Chinese national was arrested at Sydney Airport around 7:15 last night. Police believe she is part of an international network of spiritual swindlers based in China who target elderly Asian women.
They'll fly in, they'll prey on the vulnerable in their own community, they'll convince them that they've come across bad luck, they will convince them to go and speak to a spiritual healer, to go to their home and retrieve their life savings. They will convince them that it's been blessed. The victims are opening those bags to find their money and jewellery is simply not in there.
Strike Force Sentinel was established in July 2023 to begin investigating the scams right across Sydney. Since then, police have received more than 80 reports of scams where $3 million worth of cash and jewellery has been allegedly stolen.
We've identified up to 25 individuals by name. We've identified a further 25 from footage that we are yet to identify. We've taken out 11 arrest warrants for these offenders. Some are onshore, some are offshore.
Ruan was refused bail and is due to appear in Parramatta local court tomorrow. Police believe Ruan is among at least 50 people involved in this alleged international organised crime syndicate. A man was also arrested at Brisbane Airport last night and another man remains in custody in New Zealand.
A Melbourne father has shared his anguish after only just learning his toddler attended a centre where accused paedophile Joshua Brown was a staff member. Isabel Quinlan with these exclusive details.
Frustrated, disappointed, but most of all, heartbroken. This is how one father described he felt after learning his toddler attended daycare the same day its alleged accused paedophile Joshua Brown worked. This father says his family was initially not impacted, but a post made on a communications portal yesterday revealed the childcare suspect had worked more dates than originally posted on an official list circulated this week.
These are dates that the government weren't aware of, and yeah, it's just unfortunate that we had to find out that way. But when they did upload it, it was only up for a short period of time, and now it's been deleted.
To add to this family's distress, because they had no official communication from the Department of Health, they had issues initially getting their son tested. To
make such big mistakes in this, with young children involved between 5 months to 2 years, and to be cutting corners, and communication breakdown, poor, it's very disappointing.
70 charges have been laid against former worker Joshua Brown relating to 8 alleged victims. Police are investigating if any alleged abuse occurred at 19 other facilities he worked at since 2017. The Victorian Premier says the government is taking immediate action, yesterday appointing Jay Weatherill to review the state's childcare sector.
Jay Weatherill is the best person for this work. He is the best person to lead this work.
But it's been met with criticism. The former South Australian Premier oversaw the worst child protection failure in his state's history.
How on earth can we have confidence that this review will deliver the outcomes that Victorian families need?
The truth is here, there's no silver bullet. There's a whole bunch of things that we need to do, and this work will never end. There are always going to be more things that we need to do here, because there's always going to be people who are going to try and break through the net to try to do the dastardly things.
We'll have more on this inconceivable story in the news at 6.
Sydney Airport is buzzing as the winter holiday rush peaks, with millions set to travel. As Hayley Francis reports, there are fresh warnings from police about staying safe on the roads.
Well, today is the busiest day during the winter break here at Sydney Airport, with 81,000 domestic passengers flying out today alone. 2.6 million passengers are expected to pass through the terminals here over the next couple of weeks. Sydney Airport urging passengers to allow enough time before their flight, 2 hours for domestic travellers and 3 for international. That is unless directed otherwise by individual airlines. For some taking a break, the exploring will be kept a little closer to home.
Something like 68% of Australians say they'll be taking a winter break. And most of them will be staying at home. A good 57% are making the very terrific choice to stay here in Australia and see a little bit more of their own backyard.
For those who are going abroad, there has been a slight shift in the choice of destination.
Europe and New Zealand still at the top of the list, but Bali's back in the top 3 for the first time in a very long time, and America, the US, still not in the top 5 after 6 months.
Police are urging people to be mindful of extra traffic on the road over the next couple of weeks, with 191 lives claimed on New South Wales roads just this year, 30 more than the same period last year.
We don't want anyone to be hurt or killed on our roads, so please concentrate on what you're doing and focus on driving your vehicle and nothing else.
For those expected here at Sydney Airport, patience will be needed. Next Saturday will be the biggest single day for international travel, with 54,000 departures expected.
New data has revealed just how tough it is out there for the hospitality sector in our state. A total of 814 restaurants, cafes and other food businesses went into external administration in the last year. That is a record level. Joining me in studio is Wes Lambert from Australian Restaurant and Cafe Association. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon, Wes.
Thank you, Ali.
Tell me, just how tough is it for businesses out there in hospitality?
Oh, it's as tough as it's ever been. The stats out today are quite dismal, and according to Creditor Watch, in the past 12 months, 1 in 10 hospitality businesses have closed their doors. It is the toughest that we've seen it.
And why is it so tough? Why aren't people going to businesses and spending money? Is it simply the cost of living, or is there something more?
Well, look, it's a demand issue, but it's also a cost issue, expenses for the businesses. So we've seen tourism continue to be down 15% in 2024, and it's still down about 10% year to date. Plus, consumers in Australia just can't afford to dine out like they used to. And at the same time, we've seen wages up 20% in just a few years. Rents, costs of goods, insurance, utilities, everything has gone up.
I also feel like our hospitality businesses aren't getting the support that they need. What would you like to see put in place to help out these small business owners?
Well, they're mired in red tape and costs from a state and federal level. On a state level, we'd love to see some payroll tax abatement, at least for the hospitality industry for a period of time. And on a federal level, it's wages, it's the fees and expenses that they're charged to do business, and ultimately it's some IR changes.
So I'm reading that Manly and Cronulla are expected to be converted into special entertainment precincts that'll extend trading hours, that kind of thing. Is that a step in the right direction?
So look, we do appreciate that the state is opening more space to trade later, and that definitely will help to drive people coming to Sydney to go out in the evenings, but more can be done. While the City of Sydney has ended outdoor dining fees, we'd love to see that statewide, as well as some streamlining to liquor licensing and other red tape that businesses have to go through.
What about people at home watching who have contemplated having a meal out on the weekend and haven't done it? What is your message to them? Because, I mean, ultimately it's up to us, right, to be supporting these businesses.
Yeah, we encourage the consumers around New South Wales and diners to get out to your favourite restaurant and cafe, or 1 in 10 won't be there next time you want to go out.
Oh, that is a depressing thought. Wes Lambert, thanks for joining us this afternoon.
Thank you, Ali.
Dramatic vision has been released of Queensland police officers pulling a woman to safety from a unit fire in the state's north. Anna Rawlings has more.
It's footage you almost have to see to believe. Police officers kicking down doors and ducking flames in a desperate race against time. Emergency services were called to the Townsville unit last night. One apartment was already ablaze. Officers quickly zeroed in on a second residence after hearing a woman screaming for help inside.
Just heard someone screaming in here, "Police!"
Stand back, stand back.
After trying and failing to kick down the door, reinforcements arrived. Battling bins and choking on smoke, the officers were able to find the woman and guide her to safety.
This way, this way, this way.
The 54-year-old woman was treated for smoke inhalation along with some of the officers. Attention is now turning to the cause of the fire. It is being treated as suspicious and investigations are right now continuing.
Anthony Albanese has outlined his economic vision for Labor's second term of government in a major speech in Sydney, and it involves businesses big and small becoming more proactive. This update from Federal Politics reporter Amanda Kopp.
This speech really was a focus on business, the Prime Minister saying his government wants to put business back at the heart of economic growth. How will he do that? Well, there weren't really that many concrete ideas in his speech. The Prime Minister alluding to cutting red tape and making it easier to do business, plus reforming the tax system and shaping government spending to encourage business growth.
In a strong, dynamic and productive economy, government should be a driver of growth, but not the driver of growth. Our government wants you to be able to resume your rightful place as the primary source of growth in our economy.
The one big idea that many economists have been talking about, GST reform, that is increasing how much we pay on the things we buy and lowering income taxes, that idea rejected by the PM.
So I think we need to realign that and get more from the GST and less from income taxes, which hit working age people, that deter work, that make it harder for people at that stage of, buying a house.
A lot of these tax reform and business collaboration conversations will take place next month. The government planning to host a productivity roundtable with the aim of bringing business, economists and governments into the same room to work out the best way to get the economy moving faster. Slow productivity has been a problem in this country for years, so talking is all well and good, but the question remains on whether it's going to deliver results.
Still ahead on 9's afternoon news, the shiny new tower in the birthplace of AC/DC. A look at what's proposed for the Burwood site, where the former home of the Young brothers once stood. Spot the difference, the fake accessories that have prompted a warning from fair trading. And Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom confirm their split.
Good afternoon. A very chilly start to the day for many of us, but we ended up with a fine and mostly sunny Friday. Cloud has finally cleared the east coast. Elsewhere, there are bands of cloud passing over central parts of the country's south, bringing rain to southwest WA and showers to South Australia. Tomorrow, showers will continue in those areas in association with a low and a front over the Bight. High pressure will dominate the rest of the weather across Australia, bringing dry and clear conditions. So after a week of intense weather for much of the region, the forecast is a welcome sight. Plenty of sunshine and top temperatures from the high teens into the low 20s after another frosty start in parts of the northwest. Coastal waters remain challenging, with warnings still in place for damaging surf from the Macquarie down to the Central Coast. Stay with us and join us for your local weather details tonight in the news at 6.
The people we love spreading germs. But we've got you. Dettol. Spread the love, not the germs.
Roads closed, boys. Chief's orders. Want to take the shortcut?
That sounds like a dare. Oh, good grip. Not that over easy.
Let's rip out some stumps, eh?
Kia. Movement that inspires.
I'm snapping, I ain't saying cheese. So they get inspired about that.
The Nick Scali Lounge sale is on now, with up to 50% off leather and fabric lounges for every kind of home. That's affordable design for everyone. On now at Nick Scali.
Newcastle retirees, your next move awaits. A brand new release has arrived at Shortland Waters by Aveo. Modern 2-bedroom Gulfside villas within a thriving retirement community. Set against green fairways and natural bushland, this is the perfect place to embrace a relaxed lifestyle with premium facilities at your doorstep. Display villas are now open. Book your tour today.
The Doorbuster sale at Doors Plus for 4 days only. Save up to 50% this weekend. And we can fit, paint, stain and deliver. Visit a showroom for a free measure and quote at the 4-day Doorbuster sale ends Monday. Doors Plus, no fuss.
This year we've packed up the whole shebang and we're heading for somewhere special.
Australia, a new adventure is calling. On the edge of a picture-perfect town.
There she is, folks, the Heartland. Home sweet home. Saddle up for a brand new block adventure.
A new breed of blockheads escape to the country for the biggest block ever.
And this time, they're building from scratch.
The new block, Heartland. Coming to 9 and 9 now.
Well, it's a long way to the top. This is the 39-storey tower proposed for where the family home of AC/DC rockers Angus and Malcolm Young once stood. Burwood Council is among those who've lodged submissions objecting to the 144-metre golden brown building, which would house offices, 48 homes and a hotel. There was widespread outcry when the Young family home was mistakenly demolished in December. The New South Wales Rural Fire Service Commissioner has called time on his career. Rob Rogers has spent 5 years in the top job and says his toughest challenge was rebuilding the state and the service after the horror 2019-2020 season.
It's quite an emotional day, 45 years in the RFS, so it's an end of a chapter for me. Time for me to spend a bit more time with family and doing some other things that I've unfortunately not been able to do, being on call all the time.
He will be replaced by Trent Curtin, who has been a volunteer firefighter for 30 years. Well, you might have one attached to your bag, you might have someone in your life who's hooked on them, or maybe the word labubu means nothing to you. But for those who have caught onto the craze of the wildly popular accessory, there is a warning from Fair Trading to be on the lookout for lafufus, the fakes. To break it all down, I'm joined by Acting New South Wales Fair Trading Commissioner Natasha Beyersdorf. Natasha, thanks so much for your time. I noticed that Fair Trading has issued a Spot the Difference. Tell us, what has prompted this warning?
Well, fake toys are no joke. If you think you've bought a labubu but ended up with a lafufu, you should start to learn about what the differences are so you're not caught out.
So tell me, what are some of the differences? What are the telltale signs that your labubu might not be the real deal?
Genuine labubus come in matte finish packaging, have 9 sharp pointed teeth and have closely spaced ears. The fakes, on the other hand, often come in shiny packaging, have an assortment of teeth and have wider spaced ears.
What should consumers be on the lookout for to make sure that they are buying from a legitimate seller?
That's right. If you're planning on purchasing one of these cheeky face dolls, do your research first. Only buy from trusted sellers. Check out the reviews and understand the refund policies, especially before purchasing online.
Natasha, is there anything that Fair Trading can do to crack down on these fakes?
Absolutely. Failure to supply is a regulatory priority for Fair Trading. We're monitoring any trends in consumer complaints and we can take enforcement action.
Now, I noticed that the warning from Fair Trading also mentioned suspiciously low prices. How much does an authentic labubu retail for compared to a fake one?
The labubus range in prices, however, many go for hundreds of dollars.
That is crazy. So I guess if it seems too good to be true, it probably is when it comes to price with a lafufu versus a labubu. Natasha, thank you so much for your time on Sydney's Afternoon News.
Thanks so much.
Over 1,000 people have waited in the rain to catch a glimpse of King Charles on his tour of Scotland. The monarch sampling whiskey at a farmer's market in Campbelltown before watching a sheep shearing demonstration. And after weeks of speculation, confirmation today that Orlando Bloom and Katy Perry have split. Representatives of the pair said they have been shifting their relationship over the past many months to focus on co-parenting, and their shared priority is raising their 4-year-old daughter, Daisy Dove, with love, stability and mutual respect. The actor and singer have been engaged since 2019. Stay with us, your weather forecast is next with Belinda Russell, but first a look at what's happening in tonight's news at 6 with Mark Burrows.
Hello, Natasha Beyersdorf with an NBN News update. More government help on the way for those devastated by the Mid-North Coast and Hunter floods. Farmers now able to access grants of up to $75,000. The extraordinary rescue of a woman trapped inside a Queensland unit that was going up in flames. An airport arrest after an investigation into alleged Chinese blessing scams targeting people in Sydney. From British royalty to the football kind, tributes flow for Liverpool star Diogo Jota following his tragic death in a car crash at the age of 28. And Canada's Harry Wilson named to lead the Wallabies in Sunday's clash with Fiji at McDonald Jones Stadium. Details tonight.
The all-new Bulldogs take on the Knights.
Rugby league at its absolute best.
In a prime-time Friday blockbuster on 9GM and 9Now.
Done.
Strepsil's Triple Relief formula helps to soothe your sore throat, relieve a chesty cough and chest congestion. For chesty cough relief, try Strepsils.
Fantastic Furniture's biggest end of financial year sale has been extended. Thousands of sofas, mattresses, beds and more are still on sale. Hurry, it won't last forever. Shop in store or online. Find your Fantastic.
Mum always said binge is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. You might come for mixtape and stay for Wicked.
You're green.
Sign up for Honora and stick around for Below Deck.
Get on the boat.
Tune in for Friday Night Lights.
Then kick on with the footy.
Oh yeah.
Extraordinary try.
You wanna watch something?
Sure.
Check this out. Ooh, I love binge.
With Aware Super's retirement income account, you can stop working and keep earning. Tax-free. With super advice and super returns, Aware Super helps you find your rhythm of retirement. That's super helpful.
The Doorbuster sale at Doors Plus for 4 days only. Save up to 50% this weekend. And we can fit, paint, stain and deliver. Visit a showroom for a free measure and quote at the 4-day Doorbuster sale ends Monday. Doors Plus, no fuss.
When it comes to marketing your business, television is the ultimate influencer because with TV advertising, it's all about the big picture. 100% of the screen, 100% focused on your business. And with 9NBN, you can reach more people more often, and that means more customers. We'll work direct with you to create a professionally produced commercial and effective advertising campaign to target the right audience for bigger impact. Get results. Contact us at 9nbn.com.au.
Good afternoon. After a wet and windy week, the blue skies were back today. A gorgeous day across Sydney, just light winds allowing those temperatures to warm up again. Kellyville and Parramatta making it to 20. Most suburbs stopping at 19, including the city, which is about 3 degrees above the July average. A fine day for Sydney and for much of the state. Mostly sunny conditions with a few light showers over the southern and central ranges as well as the western slopes. After a wild week, that hazardous surf warning has now been cancelled, but a strong wind warning is still in place for the Macquarie and Hunter coasts. Let's head to the maps, and it's good news for the weekend. A high keeping conditions mostly stable across New South Wales. If you're heading into state for the weekend, mostly sunny and a top of 23 for Brisbane. Cold and partly cloudy in Canberra, only making it to 13. Melbourne, blue skies and 17. Showers in Adelaide and partly cloudy skies and 19 degrees for Perth. Back home, we'll see that cloud increasing tomorrow with the chance of light showers in many areas, except in the northeast as well as the southeast, where the sun will be shining. Some morning fog and patchy frost across the southern, eastern and central areas. Bathurst dropping below zero. Top temperatures generally close to average though for this time of year, most reaching the mid to high teens and northern parts hitting the low 20s. A pretty good start to the weekend for Sydney too. Partly cloudy conditions and those light winds again. The city heading for a top of 19 after a low of 8. There is the chance of some morning fog in our outer west. Overnight temperatures dropping below average again, around 2 to 5 degrees, and then warming up to 17 or 18, so a few degrees cooler than today. On Sunday, spring-like temperatures for the city, reaching 21 with a shower or two, 0 to 3 millimetres forecast. Then sunny weather returning on Monday and sticking around for the entire week. Tops hovering in the high teens and lows around 8 to 11 degrees. A similar forecast for our west, apart from those cooler mornings, a few chilly ones coming up, a 60% chance of showers on Sunday, but less than a few millimetres. And after that, loads of warm winter sunshine coming our way. Good news for the school holidays.
That sounds great. Thank you, Belinda. Looking forward to that. And that is Nine's afternoon news. Our next bulletin is at 6 o'clock with Mark Burrows. I'm Alison Petrowski. Have a great evening. Hope to see you tomorrow on Weekend Today.
State of Origin, only on 9 and 9 now.
Breathe fire into your investments with Ramara. Earn 7.6% interest fixed for 12 months.
Good rate.
Hey, what's going on? Get back into it.
Ramara, cash, credit and real estate funds in the palm of your hand.
You can't stop a wave. It's all building to this breaking point.
Hey, locals only!
I grew up here.
Don't live here, don't surf here.
All I want is to take my son surfing.
Don't get yourself now. We don't belong here anymore.
That's a good one.
The Surfer. Stream now on Stan.
Will historians one day write books about this era of peak chicken? Probably not. But that says more about historians than it does these wings. McWings are here at Macca's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
What kind of crazy life hack is this?
The dishwasher doesn't dry the dishes well enough.
Try Finish Rinse Save.
For 2 times better drying, including on plastic, improving shine and protecting glasses.
Finish, the real life hack.
With Samsung Vision AI, your old memories
Mom, it was so good.
feel like new.
With Prime Day coming 8 to 14 July, greatness is a deal away.
Just bust a move.
Shop deals from home to electronics on Prime Day.
With Light and Easy, you're cooking less, eating better, and getting great results. Whether you want to lose weight with our 5 or 7 day Jumpstart Go meal plans, or you just want to enjoy more free time and a healthier life with ready-to-eat delicious healthy meals starting from $7.95 each, Light and Easy's got you covered with flexible options to achieve your goal. Enjoy Australia's best ready-made meal delivery service as awarded by CanStar Blue. Visit lightandeasy.com.au today.
The Nick Scali Lounge sale is on now, with up to 50% off leather and fabric lounges for every kind of home. That's affordable design for everyone. On now at Nick Scali.
Hello, Natasha Beyersdorf with an NBN News update. More government help on the way for those devastated by the Mid-North Coast and Hunter floods. Farmers now able to access grants of up to $75,000. The extraordinary rescue of a woman trapped inside a Queensland unit that was going up in flames. An airport arrest after an investigation into alleged Chinese blessing scams targeting people in Sydney. From British royalty to the football kind, tributes flow for Liverpool star Diogo Jota following his tragic death in a car crash at the age of 28. And Gunnedar's Harry Wilson named to lead the Wallabies in Sunday's clash with Fiji at McDonald Jones Stadium. Details tonight.
Leaked documents reveal daycare centres aren't the only places alleged pedophile Joshua Brown has worked with children. Our explosive report tonight.
Fantastic Furniture's biggest end of financial year sale is on. Save big on bedroom, like the Madeira Queen Bed, Naturapedic Queen Mattress and the Nova Single Bed Package. More styles in-store and online. Find your Fantastic.
If you've got heartburn, try this Gaviscon chewing gum.
Gaviscon works fast to neutralise acid in the stomach.
Tastes good.
New great-tasting Gaviscon chewing gum.
This is how the other half lives. A $13.7 million A-list lifestyle. Your chance at next-level luxury in Byron Bay. Dream Home Art Union Draw 427 is more than a prize home. With $1.75 million in gold included, it's freedom to live life on your terms. Dream bigger with your $5 ticket today.
Anaconda's epic Stock Take Pay Less sale is on now. Gear up for the great outdoors with unmissable deals like $59.99 adult snow jackets and pants and $49.99 kids snow jackets and pants by 37 degrees south. Pay less so you can play more during Anaconda's Stock Take sale.
Try Hungry Jack's new Bacon Gravy Whopper. Flame-grilled Aussie beef, sizzling bacon and rich, rich gravy. Part of the new Aussie Pub Classic range. Cheers, legends. The burgers are better at Hungry Jack's.
Breathe fire into your investments with Ramara. Earn 7.6% interest fixed for 12 months.
Good rate.
Hey, what's going on? Get back into it.
Ramara. Cash, credit and real estate funds in the palm of your hand.
When you want elegance, simplicity, a work of beauty, then visit Outdoor Elegance. Quality, comfort, sophistication at online prices. Outdoor Elegance. Leading designs, stunning styles and colours. Simply beautiful. Find the perfect settings for your outdoor space at Outdoor Elegance. Online or Erina and Bennett's Green.
My rug looks so dull. The look of it, it's very yucky.
Electrodry's new state-of-the-art rug cleaning facility can deep clean your rugs like never before.
I didn't think it would come up near as good as what it is now.
Wimbledon's heating up.
Hot tennis on court today.
And the Aussies are charging. Tonight, the battler, Jordan Thompson, flying into round 3. World number 1, Arena Sabalenka, takes on English sensation Emma Raducanu, plus Carlos Alcaraz. All the action from a massive night in Wimbledon. Exclusively on 9Gem, 9 Now and Stan Sport.
Tonight in NBN News, more financial help on the way for Mid-North Coast and Hunter farmers devastated by the May floods. An airport arrest after an investigation into alleged Chinese blessing scams targeting people in Sydney. Hollywood mourns the death of actor Michael Madsen, best known for his standout roles in Quentin Tarantino films. And the Hunters' Nick White named to play before his home crowd when the Wallabies take on Fiji in Newcastle on Sunday.
What do you think consent is?
Asking permission to do something with the other person.
Every Monday, a brand new issue.
We've got a long way to go before she's dating.
It is happening and you're just not told about it.
Parental Guidance, Monday, 7:30 on 9.
So, Robbo's dropping by later.
DeBricky.
Isn't he a mountain climber?
He's the real Iron Man.
He drives a BT50, right?
Yeah.
Super specials have landed at Beaumont's end of financial year super sale. Prices slashed on every tile. Tiles for walls, floors, outdoor, plus super specials 50% off. Only at Beaumont's super sale.
Aldi's pre-marinated boneless lamb leg is so easy, it's impossible to mess it up. Butterfly lamb leg, now only $18.99 per kilo. Aldi, good different.
Try Hungry Jack's new Storm with Nutella. Delicious soft serve with irresistible creamy hazelnut Nutella and crunchy wafer crumb. Storm with Nutella. Sharing optional. Only at Hungry Jack's.
Tim woke with a nasty cold.
But that won't stop him making her the best costume ever. Because even though Tim has a cold, Tim shows up when it matters. When life needs you, you need Codral. Soldier on.
Fancy Feast. Culinary inspired. Cat adored. Every delicious detail, every delicate bite brings you and your cat closer together. Fancy Feast. Love is in the details.
The people we love spreading germs. But we've got you. Dettol. Spread the love, not the germs.
Can you imagine the view from up there, Sarge?
With Budget Direct cover, I'd say it was nothing but blue skies.
Insurance solved with Budget Direct.
The Nick Scali Lounge sale is on now, with up to 50% off leather and fabric lounges for every kind of home. That's affordable design for everyone. On now at Nick Scali.
It's the camping shop where campers shop.
With everything you need for your next camping and caravanning adventure, including all the big brands and great advice. It's the camping shop where campers shop. Camping Country, Warners Bay.
Singo's has some mighty weekly specials. Yearling T-bone steak only $22.99 per kilo. Chicken breast fillets only $7.99 per kilo. And lamb loin chops only $15.99 per kilo. You'll find these specials and a whole lot more only at Singo's.
Plastic City, where machines are in control.
Hold on tight.
I didn't have to worry about anybody aggravating.
Sunday, the travel guides are going full turbo in San Francisco. A new adventure into the great unknown.
That one sounds like you when I bring a barbecue chicken home.
New travel guides, Sunday at 7.
What the
When the family's unwell, moments like these come to a stop. Glen 20 kills 99.9% of germs, including common cold and flu viruses. So be proactive this winter and kill the germs before they kill the fun.
Anaconda's epic Stock Take Pay Less sale is on now. Gear up for the great outdoors with up to 50% off our huge range of clothing, snow gear, footwear, camping gear, bikes, fishing gear and more. Some exclusions apply. Pay less so you can play more during Anaconda's Stock Take sale.
Ed, why cut corners when you can rhinestone them?
So true, Narelle. Up next on the UE Savers Showcase, we're talking craft. The craft of saving, that is. You did your own back. And Michael, who's perfected it by switching to UE, he saved $355 on his car insurance. Ka-ching. Wow, and what a dazzling result. Nice one, Narelle. You haven't shopped around until you've tried UE.
UE, you insured.
That's a bad apple.
Ah, this one's a bit sweeter.
Such a sweet boy. Sweet, fresh Kanzi apples, now on sale. Aldi, good different.
Painful sore throat ruining your day? Turn it around with Strepsils. Strepsils Extra helps kill bacteria and numbs pain fast. For effective relief, try Strepsils.
The Plush mid-season sale is on now, with up to 40% off selected leather and fabric sofas, recliners and armchairs. Save up to 40% off at the Plush mid-season sale. On now.
Think Selfless, think Plush.
Hi Australia, come along and see our brand new Robertson Brothers 1960s variety TV show featuring hits from the Beatles, Del Shannon, Petula Clark and the Beach Boys. Simon Brooke McLaughlin will be joining us again, along with the amazing Cosima DeVito from Australian Idol. Come and see the Robertson Brothers 1960s variety TV show. Tickets at the venue.
In NBN News, the Energy Minister in town to unveil the final vision for Kooragan's Clean Energy Precinct. Category D funding unlocked for flood-affected farmers, and the night's women do battle with the Bulldogs. Details next.
Leaked documents reveal daycare centres aren't the only places alleged pedophile Joshua Brown has worked with children. Our explosive report tonight.
HCF Life Insurance gives members up to $1.5 million cover to help protect their family. And now, Kate gets this ad to share a family update.
We didn't think we were going to be able to have another child, but we're pregnant!
Gary, what the...
Running a small business can be a real pressure cooker, but it doesn't have to be. Stay cool with Westpac Small Business Solutions and keep your cash flow flowing.
Vanish Gold Pro is tackling the world's toughest stains with only one shirt.
There's no way this will come out.
Even in cold and short cycles, one scoop of Vanish is safe on clothes and lifts the toughest of stains. Trust Vanish, forget stains.
It really is the easiest way to make a crust.
And now let's go from making bread to saving bread in the UE Savers Showcase. Meet Sports Nut Rowan. He saved bread by switching his car insurance to UE. How much did you save, Rowan?
I saved $772, Ed.
$772? That's a lot of dough. Narelka's that... Wait, you haven't shopped around until you've tried UE.
UE, you insured.
The Plush mid-season sale is on now, with up to 40% off selected leather and fabric sofas, recliners and armchairs. Save up to 40% off at the Plush mid-season sale. On now.
Think so fast, think Plush.
Ready, steady, snow!
Snow time!
It's snow time at Hunter Valley Gardens. Mega snow play zones, awesome ice skating.
Thank you.
The cool stuff just keeps on coming.
Let's do this.
So much to do. Awesome rides, giant ice toboggans, an action-packed day out for all the family.
Snow time!
Hunter Valley Gardens Snow Time. Get your tickets now at hvg.com.au.
Every season, there are blockbusters, revered clashes that demand attention.
This is going to be special tonight.
This is one of them. Let's go. Two giants of footy.
Brisbane fans are delirious.
In a no-holds-barred battle for the ages. Bulldogs, Broncos. Friday night footy will be epic. Live and free on 9 and 9 now.
Let's get ready to rock.
Up in NBN News tonight, more financial help on the way for Mid-North Coast and Hunter farmers devastated by the May floods. The extraordinary rescue of a woman trapped inside a burning unit. Tributes flow for Liverpool star Diogo Jota following his tragic death in a car crash at the age of 28. Why you need to forget everything you thought you knew about stretching. And Canada's Harry Wilson named to lead the Wallabies in Sunday's clash with Fiji in Newcastle. That's next.
Peter, before we went to the newsroom, we've got 3 counters to put.
Tonight, more flood relief money on the way for northern New South Wales farmers after weeks of campaigning. Grim mystery, the bodies of 2 elderly men found in a Sydney home. A desperate situation and incredible bravery as police race to save a woman from a unit fire. From British royalty to the football kind, tributes flow for Liverpool star Diogo Jota following his death in a car crash. And the Knights women kick off their premiership campaign against the competition's new team.
This is NBN News with Natasha Beyersdorf.
Good evening. Farmers affected by the May floods are breathing a sigh of relief tonight after the state and federal governments approved so-called Category D funding. The move means they can now access grants of up to $75,000, but small business owners missed out.
After 6 weeks of requests and protests, this was the news flood-affected farmers have been waiting to hear.
Minns and Albanese Labor governments will commit $75,000 in primary producer grants.
The $75,000 grants will become available across 20 local government areas, from the mid-north coast to the Hunter and Central Coast and parts of the New England, for those looking to clean up, repair and restock.
We are very thankful that we've got the Category D funding.
Waltari dairy farmer James Neal has welcomed the news.
So the 75's good, but when farmers have lost in the millions, it's really hard.
His property at Oxley Island was devastated by 2 metres of floodwater. That's now gone, but milk production is down 83%.
Hopefully the grant does help a bit, but there's so much more that's needed in this area.
And the announcement has brought disappointment from those left out.
It's a slap in the face to our business community that also needs that support. They need that light at the end of the tunnel that money is coming for them.
There's so many businesses that have been impacted by it. You know, the last flood that we had, Category D, was done in 7 days.
Disappointment, pure disappointment.
Sports First owner Kerry Griffiths and her husband have spent the last 6 weeks trying to get their business back on its feet. They've lost $175,000 in stock and are currently operating in a temporary location. She says they desperately need more support.
We want to move forward and make our business great again, replace our stock that we've lost.
It wasn't just small business disappointed by today's announcement. Mid-Coast Council says it needs state and federal funding to help repair damaged infrastructure, which is likely to cost millions.
Say if we've got $100 million of community asset damage, at the moment there's only $1 million provided for community assets. Obviously that's not going to be satisfactory, so we're going to have to look at what we can and can't provide.
Kendra Jewell, NBN News.
There are plenty of questions being asked tonight after the bodies of 2 elderly men were found inside a house at Surrey Hills in Sydney. Police waiting on autopsy results and quizzing a woman who lived with them even after they died.
Behind the door of the decrepit Surrey Hills terrace, a chilling discovery. 2 men dead for almost a month.
They're both really nice, you know, always pass them on the street. One of the guys used to have a VB long neck out the front there.
Eleanor Barker had been living with them, police say, even after their deaths, inside the 2-storey home on Cleveland Street. A friend of the 63-year-old calling police yesterday after speaking with Eleanor, prompting a welfare check. Police discovering the body of a man in his 70s, then upstairs a man in his 80s. Both are believed to have died at different times over the past few weeks.
I mean, I've always seen this house. I didn't know if people lived in it because it doesn't really look like people do.
A hoarder's home infested with rats and birds. Detectives going door to door today as they try to establish a timeline of when the 2 men were last seen. Neighbours say they've spoken with Eleanor in recent days, who was seemingly upbeat and chatty. Detectives are now speaking with the 63-year-old as they try and understand how the 2 men died and why their deaths were not reported. Among the items seized today, a notepad and an electrical cable. Police have made no arrests. Investigators now awaiting an autopsy of the 2 men